Welcome, ladies, to your prenatal fitness class. My name is Steph. I'm going to be your instructor tonight. For tonight's class, you'll need a set of dumbbells or soup cans, water bottles, your mat, and then if you want, you can also use a stool or a couch, or if you have a bench as well, you can use that for some of the modifications for the exercises. But if you don't have that, that's fine as well. I'm wearing my weighted vest again because I had so much fun with it last week. So to get started, we're actually going to start with a Tabata Warmup, going through some exercises. So I've set it up for 30 seconds on, 10 seconds rest, and we're going to go through 3 rounds. So with the 5 exercises or 4 exercises, it's going to be about 15 rounds to start. So what we're going to do first is grab those weights, and I want you to do a wall squat. So finding your wall, I want you to squat against the wall, and we're going to do alternating bicep curls while sitting in a mini wall squat. So the lower you go, the harder it will be. So just keep that in mind. You can pick whatever depth you want, but I really want you to focus on pushing your low back into the wall and alternating with those arms. I've got my arms in a hammer position, so palms are facing each other. For 3, 2, and 1. Let's head down to the mat. We're going to drop one dumbbell off to the side. We're going to use the other one. I want you to put it lengthwise between your knees. And if you have a couch or a bench, you can rest against that, or you can come all the way down to your back. And we're going to do a glute bridge, so lifting up and back down, okay? While we keep this weight between our legs. So we're really using our inner thighs here, or we call them our adductor muscles. Okay, so relaxing the head down, exhaling as you come up, inhaling as you lower. 2, 1. So grab that weight, you can roll on your side. We're going to do a sumo squat walkout. So you're going to get nice and wide on your mat. We're going to squat down, and you're going to walk your hands forward to a plank push-up position, and then walk your hands back to the bottom of your sumo squat. Okay, so nice and wide, knees drive out, walking forward, standing back up. Go as fast or as slow as you like. And if you want more of a challenge, you can choose to have your arms reach further, okay? Rest. We're going to do leg swings. Okay, so leg swings, finding a wall or couch, something stable. Let's go up on our one toe, and then we're going to swing our legs front to back. Okay, it doesn't have to be super high, but just warming up the hips here. Good, and 3, 2, 1, switch legs. So I'm going to switch this way. You can see kind of both. Try to keep that leg nice and straight as well. Good. Now we're going to do lateral leg swings. So we just did front to back. Now finding your wall, again on your toes, we're going to sweep in and out. Okay? Ready? Let's go. And again, always making sure you're up on that standing leg on the toes. We don't want to smack our foot on the ground. It's not fun. Usually hurts. Swinging away. 3, 2, 1. Let's switch. Feeling that nice little stretch. 2, 1. Okay, let's go back to the wall for that squat with our bicep curl. Okay, so grabbing those weights, finding your wall, and then sitting into that wall squat. Let's alternate those curls, warming up our biceps. Good. Watch that your knees aren't falling in. Okay, we want to make sure our knees are tracking in line with our toes going forward. Feel the pump. 2, 1. Okay, coming down for that glute bridge. All right, so setting the weight up, laying on our backs, and exhale to come up. Inhale, coming down. I usually like to have my hands on my hips so I know that I'm not hyperextending or overarching through my low back on this one. My feet are firmly planted, so I'm pushing through my heels and my toes equally, and really squeezing the glutes at the top. You'll definitely feel this in your inner thighs as well. 2, 1. Roll onto our side. Let's do that wide sumo squat. Okay, walk out. 3, 2, 1. Nice and wide. Walking it forward and then coming back. And this is getting our shoulders warmed up. So you should feel it in your shoulders. You might feel it in your chest as well. Definitely feel it in your legs. And when you're coming up, use your legs. Okay, so don't round. Make sure you're in the bottom of the squat and you're squatting up with that nice flat back. 2, 1. All right, let's go to those leg swings again. So front to back to start. Ready? Let's go. Should feel like each time you do these, your hamstrings are getting a little bit more loose, your hip flexors are getting a little bit more loose. Make sure your toes point down on the front and back, so don't let them kind of sneak out to the side. Okay, because we're going to be doing that. Let's switch. We're going to be doing the other side when we do our lateral ones. I usually like my arm going in the opposite direction just for like counterbalance. 2, 1. Okay, now the laterals. Okay, so setting up on the toes. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Lateral leg swings. See if we can open up that hip just a little bit more. Maybe get that leg up and off to the side a little higher on this one. And let's switch. Good. Two, 1. Okay, last round. Last time, let's grab those weights. Head to the wall. Squatting low. Bicep curls right here, alternating. You can play with the grip too. So we did hammer curls. Maybe you want to do regular curls this time. Whatever works. We're hitting the bicep, different heads of it, depending on which way our palms are facing. So feel it out. Pump it out. Good. Two, 1. Okay. Glute bridge with that abduction, that inner thigh squeeze. Okay, laying down, pressing up. Really focus on the breath as you're doing this. Exhaling when you come up, inhaling when you lower. 1. Okay. Sumo squats. Nice and wide. And let's go. Standing all the way up, locking the hips out at the top. Couple more seconds. And leg swings to finish. Okay. So again, finding that wall. 2, 1. Let's go. And like I said, your leg doesn't have to come as high as mine. It's just more to get that hip nice and open. Try to keep the leg as straight as you can. If anything, that should be kind of the goal. And switch. Oops, I forgot to switch there. We'll do a couple on this side. Keep going. Keep going. We'll keep going on this one. And let's finish with those lateral leg swings. So coming up and out to the side. And switch. All right, perfect. So you can grab a quick sip of water if you like. I'm gonna go through the next exercises for you. So we're gonna do combination exercises, and our goal is to do a 10-minute AMRAP, so as many reps as possible, and 10 reps of every combo that we have. So the first combo is a curtsy lunge, okay, into a squat, and then curtsy lunge on the other side. So what I want you to do is count your squats, okay? We're gonna go for 10 squats, which means we're gonna do 5 curtsy lunges per side. Then we've got a tabletop walkout to a back plank. So you're gonna come down to your mat. Okay, from here, we're going to press up into a tabletop and walk our feet into a back plank, okay? If you want, you can rest in between. So dropping those hips and then coming back up in between sets is totally fine. You're going to do 10 walkouts, okay? So out and then back in is 1. Then we've got a down dog, upside down push-up with an oblique row. So this is a big combo exercise. What you're gonna do is you'll be in a tabletop position, then you're going to push to a down dog. You're going to do a mini upside down push-up. Modification is you can do the push-up from that tabletop position, but I'd really like you to focus on trying to get your hips up so your head's actually lower than your hips. I know I always say push-ups, you know, we want to come like this, but we kind of want to do an inverted push-up. Okay, so you can do this one, okay? And then what you're going to do is drop your knees, keep that weight close. We're going to row and punch, okay? Then coming back, same thing, okay? And then switching row to punch. So similar to the squats, I want you to count your inverted push-ups, either from that tabletop position or the down dog. And always start at the easier one, see how you feel, because that one will sneak up on you, okay? 10 of those, 10-minute AMRAPs. We're just gonna keep moving, which means you can go as fast or as slow as you want. You can take breaks if you need them, but my challenge is for you to keep moving as much as possible. Okay, so let's get set up. As well, if you want, you can use your dumbbells for the exercise. I'm going to. Mine are still a little unstable. I'd rather actually you have your hands on the ground, so we'll see how this goes. But you're more than welcome to use your dumbbells as well. Okay, so 10-minute AMRAP. Keep moving. Get ready. Starting in 10 seconds. Okay, so we're going to start with that curtsy. Okay, so curtsy. And then squat, and then curtsy. So that was 1 squat. 2, we're going for 10 squats. For this first round, I'm not adding weight to this exercise. I could hold my dumbbells, but I want to make sure I've got a good pace first, okay? 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, tabletop walkouts. So I'm gonna do the modified version where I walk out, walk in and come down, but you can stay up the whole time if you want. Try to alternate which foot leads. Okay, so if you've been leading with your right leg, switch maybe after 5 reps for your left. And 10. All right, upside down push-ups with our row. I'm modifying down to that side plank from my knee, okay? Because it's a little safer. Especially for your core, gives you more stability and control. Keep going, ladies, you got it. Sure, you're all looking beautiful. Nice, smooth, clean reps. And that was 10. So now I'm gonna go back up to the curtsy lunge squat. I'm gonna add my weights for this one. Again, don't have to though. We're gonna keep moving. We're 3 minutes in. So that means we can do about 3 rounds of this. So exciting. Good work. Keep going. You can do it. Walkouts. So now I'm going to see if I can stay up. And now after 5, I'm switching. Oh yeah. Whew. Getting sweaty. Love it. And that's 10. Woo! You got this, ladies. So we're halfway. 5 minutes in, 5 minutes left. Okay, keep this pace. Oh, grab my squat. Whew. Yes. All right. Tabletop walkouts. Oh yeah. you can always do this one from a tabletop if you haven't been doing that already. Make sure you really squeeze your glutes when you go into that side plank. So as I drop this knee, I squeeze, turn on those glutes to help stabilize as I twist. Okay? 2:15 left. Means we can get about one more round. Okay? We're close to it. So keep pushing through. You're doing awesome. We want to get right to that 10-minute mark. We're going to go right to the end. Yes. 30 seconds. 30 seconds to go. Or 90. 90. 60 seconds left. This is our last minute. Keep moving right to the end. Okay? Working on that muscle endurance. Exactly what we need for labor and delivery. Muscle strength, muscle endurance. Fifteen seconds left. This is it. Last push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Time. All right, ladies. Grab a quick sip of water, and we're going to finish with some glute and hip isolation and strengthening and endurance work, okay? So, grab a quick sip of water, wipe down the sweat. Whew, that was a good one. Okay, so I want us to target our glutes. We've got 3 different sets of glute muscles. So we have our glute max, which is our biggest one. We've got glute medius and minimus. So it goes biggest to smallest, and they're all responsible for different things around the hip. But because your abdominals are stretched out as you progress through pregnancy, they're less effective at helping to stabilize the spine and the pelvis. So we rely on our pelvic floor muscles, our spine, and our glutes, and the muscles that attach to kind of help stabilize. So we want to make sure they're strong. So we're going to start with an adductor leg lift, okay? So what that looks like is you're going to lay on your side, okay? You're going to plant this top leg like so, and you can lift up like this, okay? Or if you want more of a challenge and you're earlier on in your pregnancy, like 22 weeks or less, you can also come to a side plank, okay? And the goal is just to gently lift that leg off the ground. So we're gonna plant our elbows just under our shoulders to give us that stability. We're gonna go for 12 lifts, okay? So right now, let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I want you to bend your knees now. Make sure your ankles are right under your butt. So ankles, hips, shoulders are in a nice line. We're gonna come all the way down to rest, and we're gonna do clam shells for the top leg. So opening up, keeping those feet together for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now we're going to do an abductor lift, so straightening the top leg, raising for 1, and 2, 3, keeping the toes forward, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Let's switch sides, okay? We're gonna be switching sides, same thing, but now switching legs. So from here, raising for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now let's bring those feet together. Do a little quick check. Make sure that our ankles are right under. And you should feel this one right in the side of your butt. So if you're not, you might have to open up your feet a little bit more or bring your knees forward a little bit. So from here, let's rotate open for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now for the abductor lift. So try to make sure that toe's pointing forward. Don't let it turn up. Raising for 1 and 2. I've got my foot flexed towards my face. That's just going to give a little bit more activation to the front of the shin, which is okay. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Now we're going to do it all one more time through, and I'm going to give you options to make it harder. So you can either stick to the ones we just did. If you want more of a challenge, I'm going to show you what that looks like. So like I said with the adductor lifts, we can come into a side plank position, okay? But this is, again, if you're a little bit, earlier on in your pregnancy, if you're anywhere past 22, 24 weeks, stick to the side laying one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Coming down for those clamshells, this time we're gonna add weight to the clamshell. So grabbing that dumbbell, we're gonna rest it right on our thigh. And our hands is just gonna be setting there just to hold it in place. Coming down, rotate open for 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. For the abductor lifts, if you'd like to make it harder, we can go into a side plank or that full plank position, whatever you prefer. And coming up for 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And what that also does is gets your obliques, but also gets the glutes on that side. So I'm feeling it. Okay, let's switch. Last side, last set. Pick your poison. Let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Coming down, bending at the knee, Place your weight on if you like for the harder clamshell for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Last time, abductor lifts. I'm going to come into that side plank position and raise for 1, 2, make sure that toe stays forward, 3, 4, 5. Your foot really shouldn't come higher than your elbow, like this top elbow, so keep that in mind as well. If you're going all the way up, you're probably going too high and using hip flexor. We should feel this in our glutes. 10, 11, and 12. Woo, awesome. So quick little cool down before we totally wrap it up. Let's go nice and wide with our legs and windshield wiper our knees side to side. Okay, try to keep your chest up, nice and open. Good. And then from here, if you can cross over into that figure 4 position, you can either hang out here for a glute stretch, or if you want to rock side to side, kind of similar how we were just doing our windshield wipers, that's fine too. You get a little deeper stretch on the outside of the hip. Okay. All right, and let's extend and switch legs. So crossing the other one over, and again, you can just hang out here, trying to bring that chest to the shin, or if you want a more dynamic stretch, shimmy side to side, feel that in the hip. Whew, yeah. Feels good. Awesome. From here, let's go nice and wide. Let's reach our arms up and bringing one arm back for a little bit of a tricep stretch here. Ooh, my vest is in the way. So here, stretching out my tricep, because all those tabletop walks, things like that, you're definitely going to feel it in your tricep tomorrow. As you do this, you can even do a little lean forward. Feel the stretch in your inner thighs on this one and the hamstrings. Gently release, and let's switch. So other hand comes up and over. And gently pushing on that tricep. If you want a little bit more obliques, you can even rock side to side a little bit. But breathing into this stretch. Awesome. To stretch out our wrists a little bit and our biceps, we're going to point our palm forward and then pull down with our hand here so that we get a nice little stretch through the forearm. And then you might even start to feel this into your bicep as well. And release, and let's switch. Switching arms. Feel that stretch. It's also nice if you're typing a lot or sitting all day. This is a really good one. All right, release. Do a couple arm shakes. Roll those shoulders back. And congratulations, you have completed another prenatal fitness class. So I hope you enjoyed class today, ladies. It was so great having you. Thanks for joining me for the workout. And feel free to stretch on your own time, and we'll see you next week.